Going handheld this morning. It's Wednesday morning. I did check my weight. Sometimes I do that midweek. Sometimes I lie to you that I didn't check it, but I do check it. Going good. I did, of course, have some treats at the festival because that's kind of what you do at festivals. So, but I am going down, which is good. And I did want to share one thing before I forget. I am going to see a surgeon on Tuesday now, which is next week. So not for that surgery, but I'm gonna little mini graphic warning for a description, not for visuals, but for description. I had a incarcerated a hernia a little bit more than 3 years ago, which is a hernia is where parts of your guts squish out like through a hole in your, I guess, in your muscles, your stomach muscles. Anyway, and they got trapped on the other side of the hole, and fortunately they were able to fix it. They, surgically go in, pull the guts back to the correct side of the hole, and then put a mesh over the hole. Well, it looks like I have another one. Now, it's not trapped, but the symptoms are very clear that sorry, my eyes look red. I don't know if they look red with this because I can't see it with my glasses. Anyway, so I have like a bulge on my stomach that sometimes hurts, and I could push, and I can literally feel my guts squishing back through a hole. So it can be serious. It is already it's kind of serious just anyway, but there really is only a surgical answer for it. So I'm going to be seeing a surgeon on Tuesday. I don't know if they're going to say, oh, let's just take you and do it right now. I don't know what the deal is. So if there is no update next week, that's why. I'll try to at least get an update to tell you there won't be an update. Whatever. Anyway, so Saturday should be a normal update. Maybe I'll do a cooking thing. I don't know. I'm picking up my youngest daughter today. It's a bit early, but whatever. And weight's going down. Feeling good. Just a little worried about that, but I've had this surgery before. All surgery has risks. All surgery for a big person has risks. But we'll see. Handheld again. Wearing the same shirt 2 days in a row. Don't usually do that, but somebody pointed out that these are, in fact, hard to tell. It looks more black, but it's blue. These are Ukrainian colors. So a little show of support for the people of Ukraine. So yeah, normally don't wear same shirt 2 days in a row, but doing it today. Also, I'm getting back into reading. I kind of dropped it for a while. Used to do a lot of reading. Now, I've read this before, but I'm reading it again. It's part of sort of my taking care of myself and getting back into things I used to do more and I used to enjoy more. And even though it's not physically active, it is mentally active. You could sit and watch videos and YouTube and movies or whatever, and it's engaging, but it's not, you are not doing anything. You're a spectator, not a participant. Now, you could argue that maybe a book, you're kind of a spectator, but I think books are more mentally engaging than videos. So, 5 things to keep yourself engaged, especially mentally. I mean, physically, yes, but physical engagement also involves mental engagement. If you're kicking around a soccer ball, that still involves your brain. Keep the brain active. It's just about the most important part of your body. Thank you. Good morning, Saturday morning. Wearing my plaid, looking a little Canadian. Sorry, I gotta juggle around making sure I grab my coffee without sticking my hand in it. It's Saturday morning. It's another chilly morning, but it's not too chilly. Like I said, it doesn't get too chilly here. Where are you, by the way? I think I have a couple people from India, which is very interesting. So where are you? That's number one. I'm kind of interested in that. And what's the weather like? I'm in sort of Northern California. We're finally getting some overcast, need more rain. The big thing in California is you need snow in the mountains because that melts and fills the reservoirs for the summer. Rain that falls tends to just get absorbed, but the snow in the mountains winds up in the reservoirs, which then becomes our water for the rest of the year. Anyway, some news before I get to the weigh-in. First of all, I feel kind of happy that I have seemed to personally inspired my youngest daughter, who has extra weight, not nearly as much as me, thankfully, but it could potentially be in her future. She's already kind of aware of her weight, but she's gonna, I think, make a little extra effort. And we had a talk, which I want to try to recreate next week, with her off camera probably. And it helped her when I explained my idea of making small goals, and cutting it down to a small goal. Now her journey isn't as big as mine. Mine's an over 300-pound journey. And so it's impossible. It's like, here, go climb Everest. Well, you climb Everest one step at a time, and it helps if you have a good Sherpa guide too. But, so she thought it was pretty big. And then I said, well, hang on, where do you want to get to? And let's break that down. And she has less than 100 pounds, but that's a big amount of weight. So I broke it down and I said, okay, let's set a goal for Christmas. Let's see how much you have to lose a week to get to that by Christmas. And it was 2.2 pounds a week. She said, ooh, I didn't think it was good. I said, well, yeah, when you break it down by week, it's not that bad. So she's going to start keeping track. I may give updates, but that's up to her. That's her journey, not mine. Anyway, feeling happier. Happy is important. Mood affects a lot of people's eating. A lot of people are bored eaters, depressed eaters. So being happy, and also your metabolism is raised. Depression depresses everything. It depresses your metabolism. So, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a person who has gone through this journey a lot, has talked to doctors a lot, has know what works for me, what doesn't work for me. Anyway, mood is important. So my mood's been better. I've resisted some temptations. We had another thing where I had to go pick up a kid and everything got late, and it's like, well, we don't really have anything that you can make easy at home. We'll go to the drive-thru, and I did not get anything at the drive-thru. That's a small victory for me. It's right there. Yes, I'd like to have the whatever. Nothing's stopping me from doing it except me, and I stopped myself. So, the weight loss wasn't a lot last week because, there was temptations at Almond Festival. Anyway, so this week was better. It was not a week of punishing myself. I wanted to make sure that wasn't it. It was a week of being very watchful about what I eat, but not punishing myself. So it was 504.8 at the beginning, last Saturday. Tiny loss, but not too unexpected. So this week, back on track, back on mostly protein, lower carbs. Not going for full keto, just mostly protein, lower carbs. Watching kind of total calories, but not carefully counting, just being cognizant of them, and having the fiber supplement. And then, of course, drinking enough, and enough like water especially. So those are kind of the key ingredients. And we were waiting on a milestone. The milestone was crossing that 500-pound threshold. So I weighed myself early in the morning, and then I waited again until I had gone to the restroom again and just weighed myself. Okay, this is going to be it. Good or bad. This is it. I was surprised. 498.4. So that's where I'm at. I've passed that 500. I've got to keep that 500 well in the rearview mirror. Um, so it's a victory. I'm just I was a bit euphoric, and then I had a bunch of chores to do to, get the kitchen cleaned and stuff like that. So the euphoria has calmed down, but it's an accomplishment. And if you have little accomplishments that you can celebrate, I mean, the accomplishment of going to the drive-thru with my child and not getting anything for myself, that was an accomplishment. Those are things we're celebrating. Pushing yourself away from the table when there's still food on your plate, but you've eaten enough. A lot of us are raised with don't waste food, got to finish what's on your plate. No, you don't. If it's enough to put it away for another day. If it's not enough, then throw it out. It's like people who quit smoking, but say they're going to finish that one pack in their pocket first. That's not a commitment. You got to be willing to throw away those 4 cigarettes left in the pack if you really want to quit. You got to be willing to scrape off that plate into the trash. And yeah, it's a shame. And maybe next time learn and don't make so much food. If you're, I haven't yet experienced where I'm like at somebody's house and they put food in front of me and I have to like not eat as much. Because I don't want them making a fuss. I don't want to have them go, oh, that's Mark. He can't have a lot of food. Let's just give him a little tiny portion, because it just makes me go, rrr. So take care, as always. Please, thumbs up or thumbs down. Comments have been wonderful. Please keep them coming. And subscribe if you're new. It just lets me know how many people are watching. And yes, I do get the views, but it also, gives me some idea. And thank you. And remember, your journey is important too.